He is the charismatic Frenchman who helped us win our independence from Great Britain, and then he went back to France to do the same thing for his country. Let's celebrate him this weekend. It is the Marquis de Lafayette weekend in Camden, South Carolina. So excited to have Stacey Ferguson with Historic Camden with us to talk about this really exciting historic weekend. So it is a 200-year anniversary, Stacey, of what?
So the Marquis de Lafayette was invited back to the United States in 1824. He was invited by President James Monroe. At the time, there was a bitter, ugly election going on between John Quincy Adams and Andrew Jackson. So everyone was divided. It was a pretty ugly situation. So he thought, if we maybe we can bring our hero back, and that'll, be good for morale for all of our citizens. And so he came back. He had an invitation for 3 months, but he stayed for a year and a half. He visited every single state in the United States at the time, which was 24 at that time. And he was the rock star of his day.
It's wild to think, to do a PR campaign, they couldn't jump on the internet. They had to bring over Marquis de Lafayette in a boat, no less, not even in a plane.
Right.
And he came in carriage, and he arrived at the beautiful Cornwallis Mansion in Camden. If you haven't been there, we're sitting on the front porch right now. Let's talk about the reenactment on Saturday.
Yes. Since he was such a famous guy in his day, that there was every detail was written down from his visit, which makes it easy for us to recreate the event. So he's going to be pulling up in front of the Kershaw Cornwallis house in a carriage. Our mayor is going to welcome him, say a few words, read off the proclamation of Lafayette Day in Camden. There's going to be a few speeches, and then he's going to get into his back into the carriage, and they're going to ride down to Bethesda Presbyterian Church, which is where General Baron de Kalb is buried, who died at the Battle of Camden and was a close friend and mentor to Lafayette. So when he came in 1825, they gave him a funeral. They laid the cornerstone for his monument. That was with the Freemasons.
And I understand there's a couple of artifacts that we still have from Lafayette's visit.
There are, yes. So the Freemasons have the trowel that was used. It's an engraved trowel. We also have a dress that was worn at the ball for Lafayette on display.
Oh my gosh, the nerd in me has goosebumps. I love everything about this. And there is a South Carolina connection to who's going to be cooking for everybody. He's now a baker at Mount Vernon, which is George Washington's home.
Yes, Justin Cherry, he's the proprietor of Half Crown Bakehouse. He's been so kind to also be our resident baker. It's nice to share resident baker with Mount Vernon. So he will be there cooking in our 18th century style bread oven.
So if our viewers are watching and say, okay, this is too cool to miss out on, how do we all participate?
Yep, so the schedule we have posted online at our website, which is historiccamden.org.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you a wonderful ball and a great time at Lafayette weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.